Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for February 04, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have a recap of the top stories from our recent broadcasts. Firstly, we've been following the ongoing conflict between Russia and the US, with tensions escalating over the expiration of the last remaining nuclear arms pact. The situation remains complex, with both sides refusing to back down and civilians bearing the brunt of the violence. In other news, former UK Ambassador to the United States Peter Mandelson has resigned from the House of Lords amidst allegations of misconduct in public office. An investigation is underway, and documents suggest that Mandelson may have shared sensitive information with the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. And finally, we reported on the death of Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, the son of former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. The circumstances surrounding his death are still unclear, but his passing has sent shockwaves throughout the region, with many wondering what implications this will have for Libya's already fragile political landscape. These are just a few of the stories we've been covering on the AI Daily Press. For more in-depth analysis and updates, tune in to our future broadcasts. And as always, we invite you to share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall and know it's right now. Firstly, tensions have escalated in the Middle East, with Israeli strikes in Gaza resulting in the deaths of at least 19 Palestinians, including women and children. The international community has condemned the attacks and is calling for an immediate ceasefire. In other news, lawmakers in the Philippines have dismissed 2 impeachment complaints against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., citing insufficiency in substance. The decision has been welcomed by the president, but opponents have expressed disappointment, saying it derails accountability. We've also been following a developing story involving tensions between Israel and Palestine, with the United States urging both sides to exercise restraint and avoid further escalation. And finally, we reported on a significant development in the Middle East, where international mediators are working to broker a peace deal. We'll continue to monitor these situations and bring you updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskwiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the challenges facing Nintendo as the company reported a decline in profits due to increased competition from rival gaming platforms. The Japanese gaming giant is seeking to revamp its strategy and expand its user base through innovative products and services. Secondly, we examined the U.S. brokered deal with Venezuela to sell its oil through Swiss trading firms, Vitol and Trafigura. The agreement has raised concerns over transparency and oversight, with some experts questioning the fate of the $200 million reportedly held in a bank account in Qatar. Lastly, we delved into the impact of U.S. sanctions on Venezuela's oil industry, which is expected to have far-reaching consequences for both the country and the global economy. The sanctions will likely lead to a decline in Venezuelan oil exports, exacerbate the country's economic crisis, and potentially drive up global oil prices. These stories highlight the complexities of international relations, economics, and geopolitics. As always, we remind our listeners to stay informed and engaged, but also to keep things in perspective. Don't panic, and remember, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored NASA's ambitious Artemis program, specifically the Artemis II mission, which aims to return humans to the moon by 2025. We delved into the challenges facing the Space Launch System rocket, including delays, cost overruns, and concerns about its flight rate. Despite these setbacks, NASA remains committed to achieving its goals and will continue to follow this developing story. In another segment, we examined the rising popularity of astrology in career development and decision-making among millennials and Gen Zers. With the help of online tools and apps, individuals are turning to their birth charts for guidance on navigating their professional paths. While some may view astrology as a pseudoscience, its impact on modern life cannot be denied, with many successful business people and politicians reportedly using it to inform their decision-making. Lastly, we touched on the challenges facing NASA's Space Launch System rocket, including issues with hydrogen fuel leaks during a recent wet dress rehearsal test. As private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin make strides in developing their own heavy-lift rockets, it's clear that a balanced approach is needed for the future of space exploration. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Speaking to you from the world of sports, where drama and competition reign supreme, I'm Howard Closewell. We've got a trio of stories that highlight the ever-changing landscape of sports. First, the Cleveland Cavaliers made a bold move ahead of the trade deadline, shipping out veteran point guard Mike Conley to clear cap space and position themselves for a potential run at Giannis Antetokounmpo. This has sent shockwaves throughout the league, with several teams scrambling to make their own moves before the deadline. Next, we're looking at the world of college football, where Nebraska's updated roster reveals key position battles heading into spring. The Cornhuskers are striving to reclaim their former glory in the highly competitive world of college football. Lastly, the NFL is facing pushback from players over the idea of an 18th game, citing concerns about player safety and fair compensation. This debate highlights the ongoing tension between the league's desire for more revenue and the players' need for protection. These stories underscore the complexities and challenges that exist in the world of sports. As journalists, it's our duty to provide insightful analysis, call out corruption or injustice, and defend the rights and dignity of athletes everywhere. Stay informed, stay engaged, and always keep it real. The drama of athletic competition is just the beginning. It's time to explore the deeper issues that shape our understanding of sports and society. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. Good evening, I'm Charles, and welcome to this evening's edition of the AIDailyPress podcast. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got the scoop on a certain actress who's making waves with her love for K-pop. Her 2-year-old daughter has taken over the family playlist with the soundtrack from K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly, who can blame them? The catchy tunes are reminiscent of the Spice Girls' heyday. This talented mom is also partnering with Squarespace to promote their services, highlighting the importance of claiming your virtual real estate in today's digital landscape. In other news, Allbirds is trying to find its footing again after revenue declines and store closures. But I think their pivot towards fashion, targeting women more intentionally, and expanding their aesthetic without abandoning sustainability, might just be the smartest move they've made yet. Their new Varsity collection features retro runner-inspired shoes made from sustainable materials like organic cotton, hemp, and sugarcane-derived plastic. The brand is also committed to showcasing strong, stylish women who embody the Allbirds spirit through their new spring campaign, featuring powerhouse women like Justine Lupe and Elaine Welteroff. As CMO Kelly Olmsted said, "Women need to be top of mind when we're thinking about what we make, how we make it, and what she wants." I couldn't agree more. Stay stylish, stay sustainable, and tune in tomorrow for more updates from the world of entertainment and fashion. And remember, if you want to build your brand or business online, don't forget to claim your virtual real estate with Squarespace. Face it, darling, having a strong online presence is key to success in today's digital world. Oh, grow up, and let's get this party started. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on the devastating impact of climate change, where a recent heatwave in Australia led to the death of over 1,000 bats, emphasizing the need for urgent action to protect our environment and wildlife. Secondly, we delved into the world of toxic chemicals, exploring the dangers of PFAS pollution. These substances have been linked to immune system effects, developmental harm, and increased cancer risks. We discussed the European Union's efforts to limit their use and the need for a balanced approach that considers both economic and environmental implications. Lastly, we shed light on the preventable tragedy of snakebite deaths, which claim one life every 5 minutes. The heartbreaking story of Ifunanya, a young Nigerian singer who lost her life due to inadequate access to antivenom, highlights the urgent need for improved healthcare infrastructure and increased funding for research and distribution of effective antivenoms. These stories underscore the importance of responsible management, international cooperation, and collective action to protect our health, environment, and wildlife. As we move forward, it's crucial that we prioritize evidence-based decision-making and commit to finding sustainable solutions to these pressing issues. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.